你可以跟着老师一起念 OK Brown bear Brown bear What do you see? I see a red bird looking at me. Red bird, red bird. What do you see? I see a yellow duck looking at me. Yellow duck, yellow duck. What do you see? I see a blue horse looking at me. Blue horse, blue horse. What do you see? I see a green frog looking at me. Green frog, green frog. What do you see? I see a purple cat looking at me. Purple cat. What do you see? I see a white dog looking at me. White dog. What do you see? I see a black sheep looking at me. Black sheep. What do you see? I see a goldfish looking at me. Goldfish. What do you see? I see a teacher looking at me. Teacher. What do you see? I see children looking at me. Children. What do you see? We see a, what's this one? We see a brown bear, a red bird, a yellow duck, a blue horse, a green frog, a purple cat, a white dog, a black sheep, a goldfish, and a teacher looking at us. That's what we see. 好，那这个新的故事你可以看哦。这是什么 ？What is this？ 猫，你还记得猫的英文怎么讲
Purple
cat. Purple cat 是紫色的猫，所以如果你只要讲猫的话，你就会说 cat。那这一只猫是什么颜色呢？
蓝色。
OK， 所以你会说所以不是 purple cat 的话，那你可以说它是什么？
不知道。
你还记得蓝色怎么讲吗？
忘了。
Blue, right? Blue cat. Okay, blue cat. Okay, 好，那这只 blue cat 的名字 ，his name is Pete the cat. 它的名字是 Pete. Okay, Pete the cat. Pete 猫咪。Okay, Pete the cat. Okay, all right. Pete the cat and his 4 groovy buttons. Okay, All right. 好。Pete the cat put on his favorite shirt with 4 big, colorful, round, groovy buttons. Okay, button 就是扣子。Okay, buttons. He loved his buttons so much. He sang this song. Pete 好喜欢这件衣服，有4个 4 big 很大的 big colorful round groovy buttons. He loved his buttons so much. He sang this song. 他唱这一首歌。Okay, 他唱什么歌呢？他唱 My buttons, my buttons, my 4 groovy buttons, my buttons, my buttons, my 4 groovy buttons. 他说我的扣子，我的扣子，我很厉害的扣子，我有4个很厉害的扣子。Okay, 4 my buttons, my buttons, my 4 groovy buttons, my buttons, my buttons, my 4 groovy buttons. Pop, boing, pop. Oh no! One of the buttons popped off and rolled away. 有一个纽扣蹦下来了，然后它滚走了。How many buttons are left? 有剩下几个扣子 ？How many buttons are left? 有剩下几个？这个怎么用英文怎么讲？
对。
3, that's right. 3. 4 minus 1 equals 3. 1, 2, 3. Did Pete cry? 他有没有哭呢？他那个扣子掉了，他有没有哭呢？ Goodness, no. 他当然没有。Buttons come and buttons go. 有的时候有新的纽扣，有的时候纽扣会掉啦。He kept on singing his song. 他继续唱他的歌。My buttons, my buttons, my 3 groovy buttons. My buttons, my buttons, my 3 groovy buttons. Pop! Oh no! Another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? How many 就是有几个 How many buttons are left? 有剩下几个？这用英文怎么讲？
2.
2. 3 minus 1 equals 2. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. 他继续唱他的歌。My buttons, my buttons, my 2 groovy buttons. My buttons, my buttons, my 2 groovy buttons. Pop! Oh no! Another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? How many? How many 是有几个 How many buttons are left? 你觉得有几个 1. 2 minus 1 equals 1. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. 他继续唱他的歌。My button, my button, my one groovy button. My button, my button, my one groovy button. Stop! Oh no! The last.
他就没扣子。
The last button popped off and rolled away.
我也有扣
How many buttons are left? How many buttons are left? 那这个你还是新的OK? Zero. 你可以说 zero 吗？ Zero. Zero. 剩下零 zero. 1 minus 1 equals 0. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. Buttons come and buttons go. Pete looked down. 他往下看。Pete looked down at his buttonless shirt. 他看他的衣服，没有扣子了。And what do you think he saw? 你觉得他看到什么？ His belly button. 他的肚脐，肚脐，你知道英文的肚脐怎么讲吗？叫做 belly button. 肚子的扣子。His belly button. His belly button. 肚脐是他的肚子上的扣子 belly button. And he kept on singing his song. My button, I still have my belly button. My button, still have my belly button. 他说我的扣子，我还有我的肚子的扣子。它是不是一只很开心的 cat？ 很开心的猫咪。OK。
它肚脐到肚子的那个肚脐的那个像纽扣的，然后它都不会掉，因为它是自己的身体。
对，这个不会掉的扣子 ，That's right. OK， 好，那我们现在来所以你还记得这个肚脐的英文怎么讲？
又忘了。
OK， 我们来练习。OK，belly button，belly button。OK，button 是扣子，然后 belly 是肚子。OK，belly button，belly button。OK，all right。OK， 那我们来跟他的练习一下他这个歌。OK， 他说 my buttons。OK，my button 我的扣子。My button，my button。OK， 你试试看 ，my button，my button。OK， 好，那我们他这次是剩下他的肚脐，我们唱他的肚脐的歌好了。OK，my button，my button，still have my belly button，my button，my button。Still have my belly button. 不会掉的扣子。All right.